Okay, we are on ITMA 2023 in Milan, and I have a very special customer with me, Mr. Mahin. He's one of our very long friends and customers from the textile finishing industry in Bangladesh. And we said the ITMA is more or less coming to a finish, and we said we will just have a chit chat about the textile industry in Bangladesh and certain impacts, which we can see in Bangladesh right now, and the general situation. And I'm very happy, Mahin, that you are with us. And Mahin is running a textile factory, family-owned, medium-sized factory with about 100 billion turnover.
100 million.
100 million US
Yes.
turnover. And maybe, Mahin, explain a little bit about the history of your company and what exactly you are doing.
Okay, good. Actually, thank you. Thank you very much. ITMA is always special. Every 4 years,
Yes.
we always come to see our friends,
Yes.
the manufacturer and suppliers. Good to be here.
Yes.
Thank you. And we started in the garment factory. Mahin Apparels, I started back in 93.
Okay.
And then I realized that without the forward linkage, without the textile fabrics, so garment industry will not survive in Bangladesh. So because we don't have so much of textile industry in Bangladesh, that's one of the reason I have decided to go, it's a backward linkage.
Okay.
Just to support the forward linkage.
Okay.
So this is where we are today. So unfortunately, the garment I had to shut down because it was very difficult for me to handle garment and the textile in both the company at the same time. So then I decided I sacrificed the garment because of the backward linkage. So I have gone with the textile so that I'm helping a lot of garment factory people in Bangladesh because we are producing the fabrics.
You're producing the fabrics?
Fabrics, yes.
And this means you are in washing, bleaching, dyeing,
Yes.
and you're in finishing, in giving new functions to the textile, and this is the kind of industry you are in,
Right.
in the wet and dry finishing.
Yes, exactly. We have our own weaving machine.
Okay.
We do around 100,000 meters fabrics a day.
A day, 100,000 meters a day.
100,000 meters a day.
Okay.
And it is the continuous dyeing, machine we have. So
Right.
most of the machines from Germany.
From Brückner.
The Krusters and the Brückner.
Right.
All the machines from here.
Mm-hmm.
Then that is for the bottom weight. Then we also gone for the yarn dyed, which is the tops.
Okay.
So that is also German machine from the Thieves.
Okay.
So we are very happy, the machines we got from the Brückner and the Krusters or even the Thieves.
Right.
So it's running beautiful, and we are very happy with the machines,
Right.
running very nice. So
And-
just to give us the support in our further, development. So we are going, to putting up our spinning mill. So we have the production will take place beginning of 2024. The machines we have selected from the Chrysler and Toyota and the Murata. So we have
Okay.
gone with the fully automation. So that will give us almost 85% of our in-house,
Right.
support.
So basically you are spinning, you are weaving, you are washing, bleaching, dyeing, and you are doing the final finishing. And the garmenting, which is the sewing of the textile, that is, you supply to the sewing factories who supply to the end customer.
Exactly, yes.
And these sewing factories in Bangladesh typically supply to the big brands like H&M, Zara.
Yeah, especially in Europe, like in H&M, Zara, Mark & Spencer, the next, pretty much, all the top brand, in America also, Walmart, or even the Gap, Levi's, Abercrombie and Fitch,
Right.
Tommy Hilfiger, Calvin Klein. So these are the people they're getting. On top of that, we also supply also in the Hugo Boss, they also buying a lot of fabrics from Bangladesh also.
Okay.
Bangladesh is also producing upmarket also.
Okay. So our industry and our machinery is very energy intensive because we have to evaporate a lot of water in order to dry fabrics or in order to give certain properties. We apply chemicals and we give soft finish or whatever functions to the fabric, and this is very energy intensive. Could you explain how in Bangladesh how you generate process heat for drying these big drying machines? How do you generate it in Bangladesh?
Okay, see the machine which we bought from you, or even the Kusters, or even the Tees, these are the very minimum liquor ratio. Like we are saving a lot of water, because we are very conservative. This, and the energy is like basically we have natural gas in Bangladesh, but recently we are facing some the energy shortage. So that's why our government is taking LPG LNG from Middle East, the Qatar. So that is really giving us some extra support.
So you have some own natural gas, but you also have to import. What is roughly the ratio? How much own natural gas you have in Bangladesh and how much you have to import? Is it like a 50-50? Or
I don't know the exact number, but as of today, right now, so our natural gas is which we are getting at I would say probably 70%.
From outside?
No, 70% in the in-house, natural gas, and probably 30% probably we are importing from Qatar. Mm-hmm. That's we are running our industry.
Okay, and everybody knows we had this war, or there's this war going on between Russia and Ukraine. And this has had a big impact on the gas supply for Europe. Mm-hmm. Could you explain the impact it had on Bangladesh and on your factory?
Yeah, definitely we do. Because of the war, the Qatar is selling a lot of LNG to Europe, mm-hmm. and the prices, I'm sure, double or triple the prices, because Europe needs a lot of LNG gas from the Qatar because of the Ukraine and Russian war. And that's really also impact in Bangladesh because our the delivery of the shipment which we were supposed to getting from the Qatar is not coming timely, mm-hmm. in a delay. So because of that, a lot of factories are suffering shortage of this. And in our factory also, we also facing some problems, mm-hmm. but somehow we are managing because we have a commitment, we have to execute our order. Yeah. So the cost-wise also, it is really costing a lot of money. Cost of production has gone up tremendously high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And can you convince your customers, all those famous brands which you have mentioned before, Zara, H&M, do they understand the increase of gas costs for you? And do they allow you to increase prices, or how is the situation there? This one is pretty much open secret. Everybody knows in the world the price has gone up. Mm-hmm. All the buyers, they also going in the very tough budgeting because the sales are not going well as used to be. Yeah. Because of the that the war also probably one of the direct impact, and they also shut down a lot of in the store, those countries, and Europe, Europe is the price has gone up so much, so maybe the consumer in Europe, instead of buying the clothing, they are probably paying the the energy bill every month. Yeah, I don't know the numbers. I'm sure it's a huge amount they're paying. It fluctuates, the energy cost, but I would say it has doubled, tripled. Yeah. And during certain times, a few months ago, in the winter time, we had 5, 6, 8 times of the cost which we used to have in the past.
Yeah.
Okay. But let me put it again, let me try to understand. While Europe in the winter had no gas, they were desperately trying to find other sources for LNG. Mm-hmm. And of course, they were trying to buy it elsewhere. And I think they bought it away from Bangladesh, correct?
Yeah, I mean, yes. I mean, Qatar is supplying, lot to Europe. So automatically, whatever the contract, whatever the things we have with them, so, I mean, we are not getting timely, probably delaying the process because of their commitment to the Europe, So this is, it's a demand and supply, and they're getting benefits instead of selling to other country if the price is double or the triple. So this is business. So we understand that. Yeah.
It's business. I've heard of cases where the ship was going from Qatar to Bangladesh, and then some German buyer tried to offer a higher price to Qatar, and then the ship went back from almost ready to deploy their gas to Bangladesh, and then going back and deploying it to Europe. I mean, that's a fact. It's happened.
Well, this is, like I said, once again, demand and supply.
Yes.
If the benefits are more, pressure is more, they would do something like that. But that is very unfortunate. So I'm not aware of that. But if this is the case, this is really not nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
How is it impacting your business right now? This whole global shortage of gas and the downturn of the market because, of course, the consumers in Europe and in the US, they're not buying so many clothes anymore. How is it affecting your business, and how is it affecting other businesses in Bangladesh? Can you explain a little bit?
Sure. It's the energy price has gone up so much. Whatever the bill we used to pay, so it is now almost 3 times more expensive. That is a major impact. Paying so much of energy bills, so it does not cover our total overhead. So basically, most of the factories, people like us, we are really running loss. We are so much of losses. I don't know how we are going to survive in the long run. Unless our buyers, they come up with some kind of positive things, like increase the price so that we can stay in the business. But the price it's very difficult. Most of the cases, it really doesn't cover our, even the break even.
Yeah.
So this is the scenario right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never seen you. I've known you since many years, and I've never seen you so concerned about the business and the situation. It really has a big impact, and I guess many people are not really aware about this. And okay, another topic. Yeah.
Okay.
Environmental protection and energy transition. In Europe, this is a very big thing. Everybody talks about going into green energy, reducing CO2 output or emissions, etc. How is this in Bangladesh? Is it in Bangladesh? Is this discussed among the people or among entrepreneurs like you? Is this at all a concern, or what would you say?
Yeah, we are very concerned about this because government and all the buyers, they are really talking about this issue.
Yeah.
The environmental things, like you said, the CO2, carbon emission. We are probably only company, one of our project has the, carbon emission things we did. It's a joint collaboration with one of the Japanese company and with the Hamid. So we, one of the weaving mill, we put the special device to minimize the carbon. So that is pretty much, we are doing that. But that is the ultimate things we have to do, because if we are not taking care of this environmental issue right now, so what is going to happen our next generation? So we have to come up with some solution, not only the Bangladesh, the global solution we need. And it's really, really hurting everybody. I can give you one very good example.
Yeah.
Since last week, the temperature in Bangladesh is really unbelievable, something I have never seen in my life. So hot. A lot of people are really got sick. The school already been shut down. And some people also died because of the heat wave.
Yeah.
And the temperature is like I would say probably 3 to 5 degree, is gone up more. Compared to like the normal temperature, like say last 20 years or last 40 years, something like that. So the global warming has become a big issue, everywhere in the world.
And are people in Bangladesh discussing this? Are they concerned about this? Or is this something which is only discussed among entrepreneurs like you, or people who run businesses and who have access to international news or things like that? How would you say, what are the people of Bangladesh just thinking about this problem of global warming?
The government also thinking very positive direction. The private sector, like all the entrepreneur also, we've been discussing, so many meetings, so many seminars, we've been discussing about this one. And we also understood, like, without this, so we don't exist, we don't go nowhere.
Yeah.
So this something has to be done very soon, like, and the water level, that is also another problem. So Bangladesh, this is the monsoon season, but we are not getting enough rain, because of global warming. So what does it mean? It means something is not right. So we should get plenty of rain, but it's not there. It doesn't exist. So unless and until we come up with some positive things, so something will happen.
And it's a big challenge because on the one hand, we need work for the people, and in Bangladesh, the textile industry is a big industry. On the one hand, we need to employ the people and we need work, and this means we have to produce textiles, otherwise the people are going to suffer. And of course, on the other hand, we have to think about the climate. We have to think about energy transition, and it's not such an easy thing. Or what is your opinion? How can we solve this problem? How can Bangladesh contribute to the challenge of energy transition?
See, this is, once again, I must go back all the rich nation in the world, like America or even the Germany, or even the Japan, so they need to come up with some positive direction for country like Bangladesh. Bangladesh still, we are not that rich nation.
Yes.
But we definitely need a lot of guidelines, a lot of support. Then the country like Bangladesh, even there are so many countries like Bangladesh, so, without the support, the help, so it will be very difficult, for us to survive in future. So definitely need some support.
Right.
Yeah, the guidelines,
I can fully understand. And of course, German technology can help to speed up the energy transition even in Bangladesh.
Yeah.
But I think compared to other countries which are using coal to generate process heat, I mean, if I go to Indonesia and if I look at our Indonesian customers, they are using coal. You are using natural gas, and natural gas is still it emits less CO2. I think in that sense, even Bangladesh is not in such a bad position. But still, we have to do much more and work much harder on finding ways to reduce energy consumption and also to use green energy for our processes. And I guess this is a joint project and a joint interest.
Yeah, true. I mean, a lot of company, they are putting the solar energy these days.
Yeah.
The Hamid also taken the initiative. We are putting.
Which is your company?
Yeah,
Hamid is your company.
Hamid is our company.
Yes.
We have also decided to put solar in two of our company. We are thinking of putting around close to 5 megawatt solar.
Okay, that's a lot.
Yeah, a lot.
5 megawatts is a lot.
Almost 5 megawatts. Too. But the problem is everything costs money.
Yes.
I mean, especially for this kind of solar, the government or even the World Bank or even the Germany, they need to provide some fund, very low interest, something we could use, or convert it in the solar. then a lot of company in Bangladesh, I'm sure they will come up with something like that, like solar energy, and we get a lot of heat. Sun is always bright in Bangladesh. So, but we need the financial interest, low interest, like I would say probably less than 3% interest. Then I'm sure hundreds of megawatts solar can be established in Bangladesh within 3 to 5 years.
So you're talking about low interest credits.
Yes.
What is the credit rate if you want to invest in Bangladesh? How many percent of interest do you have to pay at the moment?
Okay, now at the moment it's 9%.
9%.
But the government is probably going to change. I don't know how much it will affect, but my expectation is it might go even 12%. So the competition, so high, especially the energy, we are paying every month 3 times more expensive, but putting the solar and getting the loan from the government 12%, it simply doesn't work. So if we get some kind of fund and less than 3%, it really makes sense, and a lot of company, they will come up with solar.
Okay, and we as a company, we have a lot of solutions to use electricity as a heating media for these processes. So the technical solutions, they exist. We have them. We exhibit them on the fair. We have electrical heating. We have high temperature heat pumps. We can work with hydrogen. But of course, these heating systems, they all cost more money. And if you would invest into this in Bangladesh, and if your competitor elsewhere can still burn coal, it's difficult, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But coal is not good for the environment.
It's the worst for the environment.
Yeah, that is not a good solution. So today or tomorrow, like I said, the rich nation, they have to come up with some kind of guidelines, some kind of funding, and some kind of things. Otherwise, it's very difficult.
Yeah.
Carbon emission has become one of the biggest issue globally.
Yes.
So this is something we have to take care. Otherwise, the next generation is going to be a big problem. So I don't know what is going to happen 20, 25 years from now. Things are not looking good unless we come up with some solution.
Yeah. Okay. It was a very interesting discussion. I very much appreciate your openness about these things, and I think we did cover some important topics. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me over here.
I would like you to continue your factory for very many years, and I hope that in 5 years from now we can report that we have made some progress on transition and energy transition for your industry, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for talking to me.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Yeah, thank you much. Thank you for having me.
Yes,
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.